What up, Ninja Nation? It's Bowman 9000, aka the Trumbo Ninja. I'm back, baby. NBA 2K19 patch number 4, aka number 4 is here. I think a couple years ago, isn't patch 4 a couple years ago the one that like messed everything up for the entire game for the rest of the game cycle? Well, we've arrived here at patch number 4 on this channel. Since I know you guys, a lot of you guys found me just by typing in rebounding athletic finisher. You know, we're gonna focus here on the big men and what they address that actually resolved my issues and what I think might help you guys out. For those that are guards and whatnot, it may not really help you guys or whatnot, but we're gonna focus on the big men and what my opinion is on that. First off, hey, let me put this up. My girlfriend gave me this as a signed autograph picture of Udonis Haslem, aka the captain of the Miami Heat, along with Dwayne Wade, of course. It's probably his last year, so I'll keep it. He's wearing his UDs down here. Hey, he's taking a jump shot, so like, this is probably a long time ago, because he don't really take jump shots no more. Or he's in, nope, it's not in warm-up. He's actually against an opponent. Oh, I see Dame Dollar over there. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, let's get into it. I'm gonna put it up here. Oh, I got a notification. What's that? Ooh, I'll reply to that later. Anyway, follow me on Twitter, by the way, if you have not done so already, and help us with the movement of actually not playing with randoms anymore. Join the Discord that I've created, Bowman 9000. You'll see it as a pinned comment, and we're gonna keep it moving. Keep it moving. So we here. There we go. Full screen, baby. So patch 4. Now, some of these things are starred. I'm not really sure why they're starred, because I do think that other things that are not starred are also important. So get at me if you guys actually know. For some reason, I got the notification on 2K Lab on their Twitter, and they linked me back to some pictures that were from Reddit on Twitter. I don't know why it's not on their Facebook, or why they don't just go ahead and post it themselves. Mike Wang, Zach Turman, we're looking at you. Go ahead and post it yourself. It's fine. We'll take it from the source. I don't want to have to take it from 2K Lab or from the Reddit page. It's weird. Just give it to me straight, right from the source. I would appreciate that. Anyway, so here we go. Let's see. Update Jumbotrons. Nobody cares about this. A starred item. Nike athletes will now appear with the stripe, you know, the armband. That's kind of cool. It's a nice cosmetic feature. I'm signed with Nike, so maybe I'll start to see some jams in there for free that I can equip, and it'll appear in game. That's kind of cool. Don't want to cover my tattoos though, so good thing I have one arm available and one arm not. Anyway, users can now set a preferred shorts length in the gear shoes category when creating a My Player. I mean, okay, that's cool. I don't really wear short shorts, but I know some of y'all get down like that with the Shorty McShort shorts, so you can address that in the settings. Next, I know we want to hear about this gameplay, so keep it moving. Implemented the newly approved NBA rule that resets the shot clock to 14 seconds following offensive rebounds. This is great. I watched a video that I really agree, and his name is Andy Hoops on YouTube. If you guys don't follow him, definitely do so. He drops a lot of knowledge on the game. And he drops a stat from Synergy basically saying, like, I don't know, like 95% of offensive rebounds are put back up in the first like 3 seconds. So it doesn't really affect much. Most people just go right back up with it. But he did put out some scenarios where it'll help you out. In 2K world, I don't think it's really gonna stop you. It will stop, you know, us. Basically, they want to stop you from wasting out the clock. And what they would say is, you would get down, just say you have 35 seconds left, shot clock's at 24 seconds. You drain it down, so it's about a second left on your shot clock, but 10 seconds left in game. Chuck up a bad shot. Let's make sure the bigs are down low, ready to rebound. Get the rebound right back and in the game. You're not gonna be able to do that. It's gonna go down to 14 seconds. Or when it goes back up to 14 seconds, you know, it's weird. Just watch the video. All right, next. This right here, it has 2 stars. I don't know what they're saying. Hey guys, this is what you asked for. This is gonna be super important. But this has 2 stars, so we should really pay attention to this. It's really good. So, reduced when I first read this morning, I was at work and I was like, I thought it said improved. And I was like, what? No! But it says reduced the effectiveness of on-ball steals, especially for low-rated defenders, by implemented the following. Increased foul chances for body-to-body contact, increased ball security after rebounds when both hands are on the ball, introduced a cooldown when attempting too many steal attempts in a short amount of time, more missed targeted steal attempts for poorly rated players. So we're going to dissect this just a little bit here. Of course, we're reducing the effectiveness of on-ball steals. Listen, if you're not a lockdown, you have no reason just poking the ball out anytime you want. Like, if I have a good dribble, or if I'm back you down on the post, you can't just come around and boop, poke the ball out. Like, come on, my guy. Increase ball security after rebounds. This is great for us here on the channel because we're rebounding athletic finishers. We want to be able to get the rebound, and we don't have to, oh my God, X. Like, this is what I feel like in Pro-Am games and on Jordan Rec Center. As soon as I get the rebound, R1X, because if I don't press it fast, some little mofo who's shorter than me is going to come around and try to swipe the ball out, even though I just got it. And the camera didn't even flip yet. I have no shot. So they increased the ball security for us. Thank you, 2K. We appreciate that. Well, we're going to get in game and find out. I'll make sure to label the gameplays and let you guys know which ones are post patch 4. I got a lot saved up on the park. I may even scrap those just to get to the patch 4 gameplay. We'll find out about that later. What's next? Increase ball security. Yep, we did that one already. Introduce a cooldown when attempting too many steal attempts in a short amount of time. Now, we don't know what that number is. Is that 2 times in a row? Is that considered too many? Does then the cooldown happen? Is it after 3 attempts? We don't know. I'm hoping that it's after 2, right? I'm assuming like, hey, if I try click once, I don't get it. I click twice, I don't get it. That's it. Cooldown. Unless you're like on takeover, you know, with lockdown defender, that could be addressed at a different time. So yeah, I'm hoping it's after 2, but we don't know. We'll find out soon how many attempts in a short amount of time, what that actually means. More missed targeted steal attempts for poorly rated players. That's right. If you're not a lockdown, like I said before, if you're not a lockdown and you just go ahead all willy-nilly, just whoop, swipe, what your guy's gonna do is and stumble basically off screen. You're gonna be extremely out of position, and if I'm a shooter, I'm gonna pull it. Or better yet, if I'm a post player, if I'm down in the, I'm a rebounding athletic finisher, but I still have some post moves. I'm post moves like a 70 something, and you swipe and you go out of position because you're not a high rated defender. I have an open lane to the basket. I can dunk, I can layup, I can grind and hit you with the acrobatic layup if I want to. That's good for us playing against real opponents. Now against the CPU, they're probably not really gonna try these dumb steals, but hey, this is for us actual PvP scenarios. So that's it for us here on the rebounding and on the effectiveness of steals. Next up, fix a shot hang where inbounder would get stuck on off-ball deny animation. I've never experienced that. If you guys have, definitely let me know. Reduce injury wear and tear. I've never really seen that. Fix the case where ball handler will sometimes get stuck in double team animation after they lost the ball. I don't think I've seen that, but if you guys have, let me know in the comments. We're breezing through. Fix an issue that prevented up and under layups from playing poorly under the basket. Now, I don't know if that means you go up and under, boop, you hit the bottom of the rim. That's trash. If that happens to you, I'm so sorry. That's never happened to me. I've usually been able to do up and under successfully without a problem. So, hey, let me know if you guys experienced that in the comments. Change the color takeover rebounding rectangle for glass cleaners to make it easier to see against darker court floors. Now, so far, I've been paying attention to the comments. Nobody's hit that, like, I think it's like 94 it is, or 95 to get that dual takeover system where our rebounding as rebounding athletic finishers will come into play. But for our pure glass cleaners or the guys who did the reverse of the build who have rebounding first, which I don't recommend, don't put rebounding first, don't do it, okay? Slashing first. That's great. We'll see it come up later on. Don't change it before we get there now, Ronnie, okay? Please, thank you. Oh, here's a starred one. Let's see, slight reduction in the effectiveness of passing lane steals that are not manually triggered. So I have something to admit. I play a lot of Jordan Rec Center just to get ready for a Pro-Am when we can finally team up, at least. We haven't been able to do that successfully, so we usually just play Jordan Rec. There have been a lot of times, 2K, where I've been like on the L2, like on my hard defensive stance, and my guy just turns on and gets the ball. Look, and my teammates go, oh yes, Bowman, good defense, good defense. And I'm like, that wasn't me. I don't tell them that wasn't me, but I know in my heart of hearts, I didn't do that shit, okay? So 2K is basically saying, hey, if you manually trigger the steal, if you manually click square when you think the opponent's gonna pass the ball to your player and you're in the passing lanes, you should get it. If you don't click square, it shouldn't come up, man. That's not on you. That's stick skills. Like, you didn't press the button, so you don't deserve the steal. Although I appreciate it when I get the steal from not clicking it, but that's not fair. So I'm glad they reduced that or took it out the game. And then next, adjusted shot contest animations to make them more responsive against perimeter jump shots. I don't know why that's not starred, right? If I'm in my defensive stance or I run out to you and I know you're gonna pull the shot and I go, hands up, and the guy goes, that's too slow, okay? That's way too slow. I need to just go ahead and get it up quick. If I'm gonna put up slow like that, I don't even need to be out there. Why even run outside when I could look at the guy and go, oh, he's gonna shoot, and just go back and try to get the rebound. Or better yet, just if he's a nice shooter, just go back down court on defense and get ready for that possession. All right, I don't wanna have to deal with that. Anyway, next. Let's see, adjusted key zoom area, no one cares. It's about a camera angle. You can read that on your own time. Change the logic for defensive stopper badge to apply against opponents one position away from the defender's natural position or when matched up with someone with a 3-inch height difference. So I hope you guys made my build at power forward. This is another reason why I made him at 7 foot as opposed to 6'11". And so at 7 feet, they're saying, hey, if I'm matched up with somebody at my position at power forward, that's great. But I'm at the center, and most centers are between 7 foot and 7'3". So what they're telling me is, if I go up against a 7'3" glass cleaner, or 7'3" anything, or 7'2" rebounding something, I will be able to affect their offensive possession when they have the ball because they're within 3 inches of my height at 7 foot. Now, if you're at 6'11", I know it's the faster build, but if you're at 6'11" and you go up against a 7'3" guy and you get stuck at the center, you're assed out, as we say in Philly. You're done. You have nothing. There's nothing you can do against a 7'3" guy. You're not going to affect his stats. So me going at 7 foot, I will be able to affect up to 7'3" and down to, was that 6'9". So that's pretty much everybody that's in the front court, to be honest. Now, I know you guys are at like 6'7" or whatever it is at small forward will affect a lot of people. You're still not going to affect me because I'm 7 foot. So keep that in mind. That's that. If you want more on that, I'm sure there's more on Twitter, but it'll be nice for us. Shorten several pass flinch reaction animations. I don't know what that is. So to improve responsiveness on passes, what's that about? Please, somebody tell me. Bench actors will no longer twitch badly, don't care. Let's see, fix some artificially speed ups, reduce, oh, yes, let's go back. Fixed some artificial speed ups and reduce clipping by defenders when transitioning into hip rides. So, as big men, we all know about if you're running in transition and somebody's running faster than you, you can like try to hurry up and catch on to them and it'll actually speed up your player. They're saying they nerfed that. They're saying you won't be able to do that. You might as well just go ahead and run on your own accord. Don't try to hip ride somebody. You're not going to get the speed up cheese. Now, 2K, I'm still going to try it. It's not my fault that it was in the game, and I'm going to try it anyway. I'll let you guys know if it helps or if it's actually nerfed. Anyway, reduce the frequency of defenders bodying up ball defenders into backcourt violations. Now, that doesn't happen to us here on this channel because we don't really bring the ball up unless we're like up 11 in a park game or some crazy ish like that. I'm not bringing the ball up, and I'm not going to stop at half court to try to run the offense. If I'm bringing it up using my fast break badge, I'm breezing past the half court line, so I don't need to worry about that. But you guards, you need to worry about that. Reduce clipping that could sometimes happen when two players were fighting for rebounds. Clipping, if I'm not mistaken, is what 2K refers to as like when you're both going for something and like your hands like go through somebody, or like you say, hey, I reached for that steal and the ball goes from one side of my hand through my hand to the other and nothing happens. The ball doesn't jar loose. That's clipping. So they're saying the players, like their player person, whatever you want to call it, was being missed. They're like meshing together into one weirdo player. So they say to stop that. That's nice. Increase the speed at which the defender can move while in hands up. That's great for us because as these rebounding athletic finishers, especially if you're at the power forward position at 7 foot, you need to be able to play defense on ball, okay, in case somebody is faster than you. So this is nice for us to get that speed up there. Anyway, down into my career. Gatorade reaction drill will now provide badge points upon completion. Great. This is also his 2-star. This might be important. Addressed a case where the user would encounter a visual issue where an endorsement check appeared blank, even though the funds were properly added to the account. Yes, I've experienced this all the time. Say, hey, your money will be in the office for you. You go in there, the check is freaking blank, and I go, man, did I get my VC? Now, I don't know because I didn't look at my VC total before I went into the office, so I don't know. They're saying that you were getting the VC the whole time. I just had no way of finding out. Let's see. The dunk contest voting race will no longer appear during in-game presentation after the All-Star break. That happens to me every single game. They're like, Bowman is in 9th position to get into the All-Star dunk contest. And I'm like, bro, we already had it. It's the same as last year. I quit out of it because I couldn't even do the damn thing. So yeah, there's that. That's nice. Your player will now represent the proper team. No one cares. Players who are 6'7" will now have proper lateral quickness attribute. Apparently there was a snafu with that. We're not 6'7" here on this channel, so bye. Fix an issue where the rotation would rebuild when the user attempted to adjust their own minutes once this perk is unlocked. Now, I have a video recently showing you guys how I got it. I'm sure people got it in a different manner, but that's how I got it in my last video, my previous video, a few videos back. So yeah, it's fixed now. Somebody commented just a little bit ago today and let them know in the patch it's addressed. So cool. Just edit your minutes once. You go back to the screen and check. It's still there. Great. Fix the case for the All-Star Captain story scene. Nobody cares. In the neighborhood. Daily spin prize wheel experience has been improved in the ante-up environment. There is now a second exterior door that leads you to a room with a number of prize wheels. This will enable you to more quickly get your free rewards each day. I'm excited to see that because they had like 4 or 5 spots initially, and then they played around with like having like 10 spots. It was like do-do-do-do-do, and then it would go around the corner. You would wait. That felt kind of weird too. You're standing around waiting for a super long time. So yeah, this is like going to a separate room in the casino where there's a different game that you play, and it just gives you the daily spin. I'm gonna go in there and get my daily spin after this video, okay? Let's see, users are now able to place text logos, no one cares. Users can now view how much VC has been earned next to the spinning VC icon in the lower left-hand corner of the screen. For example, when you score in red ball, blue ball, when you knock out an opponent in dodgeball, blah, blah, blah. You know, other examples are like in practices, hey, shoot around for 10 minutes. It shows you how much VC you're getting. I've been asking this for a couple 2Ks, like, why doesn't it just tell me how much? I just want to know. Tell me, okay? Cool. Improve visual fidelity, no one cares. This is 2-star. Fix an issue exploit that could be used during competitive games in neighborhood. That little, when you click down both thumbsticks or something, and you would like suddenly not check ball and just start the gameplay. Yeah, that was trash, okay? So they say they fixed it this time. We'll find out shortly. I'm sure people are already trying it right now. Let's see. Trivia app, no one cares. Address a case where a player could turn themselves invisible by equipping a select compression shirt. I can't believe that people were even doing that. That's so dumb. Like, stop it, man. Stop cheating. All right, they addressed it. We'll find out. Okay, all of these are with a grain of salt. We'll find out, okay? Improve camera angles, no one cares. Finger items, no one cares. Kinesiology tape, Fix an issue where VC Sports Management, your agent's office, would briefly appear closed when quickly approaching it. Now, this has been in the game since the early release if you got it on pre-order. And I always thought it was weird. I was like, why does it say closed? And then if I just stand there for like 2 seconds, it goes, oh, press X to enter. So they fixed that. Thank you. It was annoying, but like, it wasn't enough to make me upset at the game because I would just wait about a second or a second and a half and it would say enter. So I would just enter. No big deal. But I'm glad they fixed it. Fix an issue. Now I see other people had this issue, but I don't play ante-up because I don't play with my money. And this VC stuff is not cheap. So I don't really play ante-up. Now, if I get 3 of you guys online and we have a couple good park games and we want to put up like 500 VC and see what happens, I would try it for a video. But I don't really go in there on my own, and nah, man, F that. But yeah, fix an issue in ante-up where select members of squad would experience loss of game control after losing a squad game. Yeah, man, I watched Agent's videos and he would say after you lose a game, the game will basically freeze. You get stuck on the squad spot. You can't get off. You can't get a new game. And you basically have the dashboard and all load back into the same park again. Then some people have issues loading in and joining you. You got to join somebody else. Blah, 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 blah. Fix your servers, please. But they address that issue. Cool. Next up, it's not really for us here on this channel, but for us rebounding, it's good to know that jump shot celebrations will now only automatically trigger on green releases. So you hear people in the park saying, oh yeah, it's green, and then they miss. Well, they're expecting it because they saw the animation trigger and they know they didn't trigger the celebration. So they're like, that shit's going in. And they're like, no, my shit didn't go in. I actually bricked the shit. Okay, so there's that. Fix a display issue where some users were reporting that purchase tattoos, whatever. Address the rare case that user would get removed from the tattoo parlor and would not have their clothing items re-equipped. I thought this was hilarious. I've never actually seen this. If you guys have seen this, let me know on Twitter at Bowman9000 because I find it hilarious. Please show me links to this, to videos of this or screenshots or whatever, because that's funny. And general improvements to dodgeball, don't care. What I would like to see why I only did one dodgeball event is because I'm the type of person when I play other games like shooters or, you know, I'm going around, you know, RPGs, I like the Y-axis to be inverted. I like up is down and down is up on the right stick. And on 2K, there's no option to change that because why would you? It's a basketball game. You don't need to look up and down. But when you're playing dodgeball, you do need to look up and down to aim, and it was messing me up. So 2K, can you please let me adjust the Y-axis? That would be greatly appreciated. Pro-Am. Fix an issue where players in Pro-Am and the Jordan Rec Center would sometimes show up in the wrong uniforms. Yeah, I have people telling me, oh yeah, on my screen you're in a white jersey, although we're wearing the black jerseys. And that's highly annoying and frustrating. Your teammates are already scared to pass you because you're a big man and you're cutting inside. They don't want people to get the passing lane cheese, so they don't pass it to you. And now you're wearing the wrong color jersey and they definitely don't want to pass it to you. That's annoying. So thank you for fixing that. Crowd audio will now be audible. Don't care. That's fine. Gamer tags rather than my player names will now be drawn on the back of Pro-Am uniforms. That makes it more in sync with the NBA 2K League because that's what they display on the back of the jerseys. So that's cool. Season rankings for Pro-Am crews will now appear correctly upon entering the menu. That's great. We're not going to talk about my team. We're not going to talk about my GM or my league. If you guys want to see that, I'll put the link as well in the first comment as well as the Discord chat so we don't play with randoms anymore. And I've taken up enough of your time. I appreciate you guys watching me all the way through. And subscribe, man, if you haven't done so already. Shout out to you guys that appear first from the notifications. I see you. Peace.